Okay. Okay. I checked my energy, and it looks like it'll last until the end of the stream, so that's good. Don't need to set that up. I believe there's the daily freebie for 40 days. Might as well do my assignments. I love that they changed it so you can just spam here now. And refreshing your assignments takes like 5 seconds. Unlike Genshin where you have to like select the assignment, claim, click through the notification, select start expedition, select the characters you want, and then press start. And you have to do that like 4 times. Anyway. Yeah. Before I do anything, what are today's dailies? Daily mission. Okay, support characters. Okay, I'll do that later. But for now, actually, hang on. What's in the store? Don't want any of those. Oh, I can buy these. How many do I have? 6. I'll have some of these. How many do I have? 5. I'll have some of those. And I'll see these in another month. Ooh, weird. I don't think I got a new message today. Hang on. Before we begin, might as well answer Kafka's texts. What's wrong? Let's go together next time. Let's see, right now... I know this doesn't matter at all, but let's see what kind of movies I like. I don't watch movies, like, at all. I'm thinking probably action films. Bye. Obligatory time to say bye. Anyway, let's see. Quite a number of missions. What happens if I say I feel empty? I know. Till next time. Okay, give me those 5-star jades. Anyway. Okay, story quest time. I'll probably do some pulls a little bit later to the story. Probably. I wonder if March is going to cast an alternate form.
Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
Hey, wanted person selfie. Yeah. Yeah, wanted person selfie. Even though I didn't take a picture.
Would you like me to relay your message?
No. Oh, here we go.
Can you wait a little moment? The Master Diviner will be here soon. She's temporarily taken on the General's responsibilities. Before meeting you, she must make the current situation known and fortify public spirit. This is her first real test as a General. I hope she can get used to things quickly.
I don't think I can ever get used to this. It's a pleasure to see you all here today. Collating casualties and losses. Dispatching forces to round up the remnants of the disciples. Submitting battle reports to the 6 charioteers. Now I know what Jing Yuan meant when he said, "The highest throne faces the strongest wins."
You're enjoying yourself, right? I don't care about your troubles.
Generalship is no trifling matter. How could I be enjoying myself? All I can do is get used to it. I think she's enjoying herself.
Master Diviner, have you summoned us here just to sigh and complain?
Of course not. On the contrary. I am eager to thank you all in my official capacity as acting general of the Luofu. Now that things have drawn to a conclusion, it is time to reward you.
Ooh, all those benefits that the General promised! They're finally here! Yippee!
Yes. The Astral Express has braved great evil for the Luofu. Your devotion is evident. After discussions with the 6 charioteers, you are henceforth sworn allies of the Luofu. Within the Luofu's jurisdiction, you are to be treated with the highest standard of diplomatic protocol.
On behalf of the Astral Express, I would like to thank you, Master Diviner.
Wait, Dan Hong turned back? I thought we still have his horns and stuff.
Wow, nothing tangible then? But at least it sounds pretty cool.
Now that things have been expressed, I still have something to discuss with you. Please, this way.
Seriously? Thanking us like that and then immediately sending us on another mission?
It's not a mission. The Stellaron Crisis, the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus Rebellion, the Arbor's Resurrection. Not to mention the Antimatter Legion infiltrating the Luofu. All of these incidents need reporting at the highest level for investigation. It's just that, having been in the middle of everything, I'm struggling to keep an accurate perspective. I would appreciate if you could go through it all with me, so that I can reacquaint myself with a finer detail. So, where should we begin?
I think we get the gist.
That we may. But as logical as things might seem, there are still many details about which we're uncertain. For example, how was the Stellaron brought onto the Xianzhou? And who sent it onto Scale Gorge Waterscape? How many disciples of Sanctus Medicus still remain at large? All of this is a mystery. Thus far, we've done our best. I'm submitting my report to the Alliance, and I've already got a plan in mind. All of you will feature in the report, But for the sake of Jingyuan, anything related to Xianzhou internal affairs will have names redacted. I hope you can forgive me.
I was about to make the same request, Master Diviner. Since the Arbor's resurrection, I'm sure the Alliance will be poring over every detail of the report. I fear that if the Astral Express gets dragged into matters, leaving will not be an easy task.
Jingyuan has committed quite a few violations this time around, and I'll have to deal with them one by one. Cloud Knight generals are all such a hassle. Before you leave, please make time to recuperate. If there's anywhere you'd like to visit, feel free to take a look. I must attend to some Cloud Knight matters. Farewell for now. Oh, if you pass through Starskiff Haven, I have something that I hope you can give to Yukong. It was all so chaotic. When Phantilia took form, it was as if Ting Yun vanished into thin air.
Well, yeah, got possessed or something.
The Cloud Knights were only able to find her fan. She took it with her everywhere. It's currently unclear if Ting Yun was a puppet manipulated by Phantilia, or if some form of deception was used to cloud her vision. I'm already prepared for the worst. Considering how the Legion operates, I fear the fate of the Skyfaring Commission Ambassador may be a bleak one. As for how matters are handled with regards to Ting Yun, I believe it's best left to her Foxian kin. I have informed the Skyfaring Commission of the events which took place, and I think it would be best if you were the one to deliver this item to Yukong.
I understand. Leave it with us.
Thank you, Mr. Yang. Now, let me take a look at my remaining duties for the day. It's quite the list. It's getting late. If you need me, I'll be in the Divination Commission Conclave Hall.
Well, there's Tom.
Oh, well, we had a lot of stumbles along the way, but we still managed to kick butt and save the Law Fu without breaking a sweat. Feels kinda surreal. You don't sound very happy. It may seem like the Stellaron Hunters are controlling everything, but we create our own future. No matter how powerful they are, they can't make a future that doesn't exist come true.
I mean, I'm still on Team Stellaron Hunters.
Since showing up, we've saved a lot of people and averted disaster for the whole Xianzhou. Who cares whether someone or something was directing it? Be happy. Actually, I was wondering if Diviner Fu could do me a favor.
Oh yeah, March wanted to use the matrix of prescience to determine her past and stuff.
The Matrix of Prescience has amazing powers and can iterate and reiterate Kafka's past. So it got me thinking, if I turned the Matrix on me, could it calculate my past? I was shy. Talking about personal stuff like that in front of everyone? It'd be too embarrassing. When you're free, let's go hit up the Divination Commission together and see what Fu Shen has to say.
And Danhong.
Returning to the Luofu and Scale Gorge waterscape. It's a surreal feeling. I left so determined. Who would have thought that circumstances would draw me back once more? I'll be gone very soon. Jingyuan is still recovering, and the Cloud Knights won't protect me anymore. It remains to be seen how the 6 charioteers will react to my presence. But at least for now, I'm safe. I want to meet the current High Elder of the Vidyadhara. It seems I won't be able to cast off Danfang's negative karma, so I'd like to learn more about his past. I want to find out what I can do to make up for his sins. If you're planning on an extended stay on the Luofu, I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. I'm sorry.
I guess we'll talk to Welt.
Things have come to a close for now. It's good that you came through unscathed. The Master Diviner asked us to pass on this item of Ting Yun's. I'll go to the Palace of Astrum and meet with Yukong. If neither of you has anything urgent, it'd be best if you came too.
Oh. Guess we exit.
Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
I'm eventually gonna get tired of Kafka saying that all the time.
I see. Please extend my regards to the 10 lords.
I will. Our condolences, Hellmaster. You have guests. I shall take my leave.
On behalf of the Skyfaring Commission, I would like to thank the crew of the Express for saving the Luofu from the Stellaron crisis.
Madame Yukong must have heard about Miss Ting Yun.
Yes, I have heard. Seeing 4 leave, yet only 3 return, was enough for me to know that Fu Xuan's report was indeed correct. Ting Yun. I still can't believe it. The whole report reads like a bad joke. It's simply unimaginable. The Antimatter Legion on the Xianzhou, and Ting Yun, a Lord Ravager?
Wait, I wonder if Ting Yun's gonna get a second form. It's a second playable form.
How could someone who spent over 30 years working alongside me at the Skyfaring Commission turn out to be nothing more than a monster in disguise? What happened to the real Ting Yun?
Madame Yukong.
I'm sorry. I understand. It's just hard for me to accept. Thank you for bringing Ting Yun's belongings back to the Palace of Astrum. The Stellaron crisis has cost us too many comrades. Brothers, sisters, children. I'd like to invite all of you, as witnesses to this war, to a soul-soothing ceremony hosted by the Skyfaring Commission. Will you consider?
A soul-soothing ceremony?
To put it into short life terms, a funeral. You see, for long-life species of the Xianzhou, death has always been a distant, mystical concept. Ordinarily, the Ten Lords Commission guides people to the Hall of Karma before any symptoms of Mara are detected. There, they leave behind their lives and wait for their time to come. People are used to a short farewell, as opposed to a tedious burial process. Given our limited lifespans, the only ones who place value on ceremony are us Foxians. Countless Cloud Knights lost their lives or became Mara-struck during the crisis. The Hall of Karma couldn't take them all in, and so they passed away. All of these sudden deaths and unfulfilled wishes remind us that long-life species still live out insignificant and limited lives. By combining Skyfaring Commission technology with Foxian ceremony, we honor those who have passed on. We place items of the dead onto star skiffs and send them out to sail between the stars, to shine brightly among them. It's not just to comfort the dead, those souls who can never talk with us again, but also to comfort their surviving relatives, close friends, and indeed all residents of the Xianzhou. It's also my way of saying farewell to Ting Yun. I know, I'm selfish. She may not have died a Cloud Knight, but she's still one of us here at the Skyfaring Commission. A victim caught up in a wider conflict. I'd like to hold this ceremony as a way of distancing the memory of Ting Yun from the Lord Ravager who tarnished her identity. I can still hardly believe it. I'll use my own methods to locate Ting Yun's whereabouts, but at present, This is the least I can do for her. I'd like to ask you all to witness this event with me. I've instructed Yan Ming to sort through Ting Yun's belongings. I hope you can pick some out to place around the star skiff.
Leave this to us. We'll take care of it as per your wishes, Madame Yukong.
Once again, my thanks to all of you. I've asked the judges of the Ten Lords Commission to ratify this soul-soothing ceremony, and have commissioned a special skiff at Stargazer Navalia for the ceremony. If you need anything, that's where I'll be.
It's got some meme options, right? Maybe.
You always did say that I like to gossip, and here I am rambling on, proving you right again. If only you were here to cut me off. Oh, it's you. For a moment, I thought she'd return. Did the Helmmaster send you over?
We're here to help sort out Miss Ting Yun's things. Madame Yukong wants to use some of them for her soul-soothing ceremony.
Well, I've managed to get through pretty much everything. It's all in this box. Please, take your time.
Okay, let's see what there is. An Amy Cassiter's seal, a small box, a knife, a bow, and something wrapped up tight. I wonder what this is. Looks like some kind of antique? But who'd want to hold on to something like this?
Oh, Ting Yun explained that one to me. It's a folk statuette from Foxian antiquity. They say it can bring wealth if placed correctly.
There's also a note in the package. This is for you, Mr. Yanming. Wishing you fortune and success in every endeavor. Yanming, it seems like this is a gift for you from Miss Ting Yun.
I remember asking her for one at the time. This is unexpected. I only mentioned it in passing, but she remembered. Ting Yun and I were from different guilds. We were competitors, but also colleagues. When we used to trade in other lands, we would bring back local specialties and distribute them among friends and other guild members. It became a custom. The rivalry between us and the Whistling Flames to be the Skyfaring Commission's top guild was always fierce. We would gift each other all kinds of bizarre oddities. Candy that made your leg hair grow. A violin that could shatter glass with its piercing shriek. Oh, I was completely unprepared for this. I never thought Ting Yun would leave something behind for me that was so sincere and earnest. If I don't return a gift, I'll lose our little duel. But what could I possibly gift her back?
Huh. Besides the seal, the knife, and the bow, none of this seems like something Miss Ting Yun would have kept. I thought she was more about jewelry and beauty. Could there be other things similar to what Yan Ming got? We should take a look.
What's the knife for?
I can't cook to save my life, but one thing I'm sure of is that's a kitchen knife. I've never seen Miss Ting Yun use anything like that to defend herself. It must be another gift that she never had time to send. There's an ad in the knife case. Spices Supreme. A room alley? Which store is that again?
What's the bow for?
This bow. It's a good bow. It couldn't be meant for me, could it? Alright, just kidding. Just trying to liven things up around here.
I miss when they animated the faces. What's in the box?
There's nothing else, except a handful of seeds. It looks like there's something printed on the bottom of the box. The Sleepless Earl. Let me think. Where have I seen that name before?
Do you know where we're supposed to take these things?
I think I know where the Sleepless Pearl is. I think that's where they sell the boba, right? Yeah, I think that's it.
The Sleepless Earl. Was that the name of that tea house at the port when we first got into town?
Welcome to the Sleepless Earl. I'm the owner here. The name's Ming Ming. How many of you are there? Which tea would you like today? Oh, this is the tea Miss Ting Yun promised to get for me. She really went to another world for me. She's incredible. When I took over this tea house from my parents, I thought I'd shake things up by creating a new tea product. Famous brews like Whale Tide Spring or Vegetations in the Alchemy Cauldron have been around for millennia, and imported mixed teas have also found a niche. Introducing a new product into the industry is really hard. Miss Ting Yun came to the tea house one day and heard about my troubles. She said she could find me a brand new strain during her travels, one that nobody on the Xianzhou had ever tasted. I just thought she was trying to cheer me up. I never thought she'd actually do it. Where is Miss Ting Yun today?
Yes. Now that the crisis has been averted and the ports are resuming operations, Miss Ting Yun has been dispatched on business with the Skyfaring Commission out to other worlds.
Oh, really? Well, that's a shame. Well, hold on a sec. Based on her suggestion, I improved the Whale Tide Spring, Emerald Hills, and Dawn Dew strains to make a new variety with a sweet, long-lasting taste. I called it Ting Yun's Blend. Seeing as she can't enjoy it right now, I'll have to invite all of you to try a cup. I can't wait for Miss Ting Yun to try this tea.
I want to buy a boba.
Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
Wait,
The Wafu is famous for its mung bean soda. You've got to give it a try.
out of the way, Jinkui. I'm gonna buy sparkling water.
Oh, how's it going? Did you take some time off? See any more of the Xianzhou? Isn't that the place on Aurum Alley over in Exalting Sanctum? All the foodies go there. What about it? Planning on treating me to a feast?
Come on.
It's the main commercial street in the Exalting Sanctum, although it's a lot quieter since the whole Stellaron crisis thing. Tourists fresh off the Starskiff always head to Starwatcher Avenue in Starskiff Haven. It's one of those bustling tourist streets. But if you want the real deal on local snacks, you've gotta get to Aurum Alley. I've marked it out for you on your map. Whenever I'm tired of Celestial Jade or slacking off, I head over for a bowl of Granny Chen's tofu.
The Wafu is famous for
Darn it, now that you've brought it up, I suddenly don't feel like clocking in for work anymore.
The Wafu is famous for its mung bean soda. You've got to give it a try.
Mung bean soda sucks. Hang on. Is this the new map? It is. Wait, how much treasure is there? Oh yeah, level rewards. I'll get those later. I can buy more sparkling water. And not bad.
Spice is supreme. Check out that sign. Here it is.
Honored guests, welcome to our humble eatery. What can we get for you today? Something from Miss Ting Yun for me? Oh, what a precious person she is. A sweet thing like her, gifting me a kitchen knife. When she first ate here, I told her my motto: you can't better your own food unless you taste it. Then she got me to talk about my hunting and cooking experiences out on other worlds. She was captivated. She pestered me about dish after dish. At the end, she mentioned she wanted to get me a gift. A sword for a hero and a knife for a chef. That's how she put it. She probably came across some rare mineral and forged it by hand. Look how sharp it is. I bet it cuts straight through a Thalassa titanium terrapin shell. Miss Ting Yun is too kind. Who among the Aurum Alley vendors hasn't been spoiled by the generosity of Whistling Flames? Her grand fare puts small merchants like us in touch with big intergalactic vendors. If we're talking gifts, it's us who should be gifting her something. Oh, I heard the trade port is open again for business. Miss Ting Yun must be real busy, right?
Yes.
Miss Ting Yun couldn't tear herself away from work, so we've had to gift this on her behalf today.
Really? Thank you so much. Why don't I give you all a demonstration and prepare a dish? My treat. I'd love to repay this kindness. Oh, speaking of which, it was our chili beef offal stew that first attracted Miss Ting Yun to our restaurant. It's spicy, sumptuous, and guaranteed to get the mouth watering. Not even a girl as refined as Ting Yun could resist the temptation.
About that bow, I think I know who Miss Tingyun intended to gift it to.
Mr. Yan Ming said an ambassador will return with a gift for a trusted colleague. The person who Tingyun trusts the most is Madame Yukong, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. This one's closer. Kinda wanna fight something.
What brings you here?
Oh, hello, Boone. Welcome in. And let me pause my screen. I haven't pulled yet. I was planning on waiting a bit, you know, in case somebody wanted to come and be with me when I pull. I'm just doing some of the story quests so far.
This bow. Did Tingyun pick it out for me? She understood my pain. It's a shame I can no longer do anything for her. 30 years ago, I fought in a terrible war. My comrade and I set sail together, but only I returned.
Yeah, I remember Yukong talking about this in her story quest.
The scars of that war never truly healed. Still, the Law Fu traced out its arc of recovery and continued to trade. I felt tired of voyaging, like I'd lost the courage to pull on a bowstring ever again. I hid away in the Skyfaring Commission and buried myself in work, never wanting to see the sky again. Despite rising to Helm Master, my military career hadn't prepared me for the type of meticulous planning work now confronting me. Tingyun, on the other hand, was a born merchant, always discussing business matters with me and offering up advice, even if she was my subordinate. She never fought alongside me on the battlefield, but in her own way, she became a comrade in arms. Without the help of Tingyun and the Guild, the Law Fu would not have been able to recover in the space of just 30 short years. I used to think that the Xianzhou had changed with the times. Geniuses like Tingyun were the future for the Skyfaring Commission's next generation. They would bring prosperity to the Law Fu. I was only ever suited to the flames of war. I was wrong. Only when the last minions of the Antimatter Legion are wiped out will I become useless to the Xianzhou. The Xianzhou needs people like me. Those willing to cruise the sky and fight the flames. The star skiff is ready for the ceremony now. Everyone, please place your objects aboard the star skiff.
Wait! Wait for me! Miss Tingyun prepared a gift for me. As a fellow ambassador, I cannot fail to honor our custom.
Yan Ming, what is it that you've prepared?
I've brought a paper kite. I know it may seem simple compared to the precious items that Tingyun gifted others in the past, but it has a deeper meaning. I heard that Foxians have a tradition where paper kites are used to comfort the souls of pilots who can no longer take to the skies. Tingyun and I were never pilots in the strictest sense of the word, but we spent much of our lives out among the stars. For her to be able to take wing once again would make her very happy.
Yukong.
If you're ready, please select a few items to place aboard the star skiff.
Hang on. So what's going on is we're holding a funeral and we went around collecting items and gifts from people. And some of them gave food, and I'm wondering, I can just eat the food. I can just eat these funeral gifts, but I'm not going to. But what if I did? What if I did eat these funeral gifts? Somebody out there is probably gonna try it. If I get the opportunity to submit them all, I probably will. But if I can only pick one, then I'm gonna forever be anxious about accidentally eating these funeral gifts. Let's see what it lets me do.
Out of all this stuff we've got, what do you think we should place on the star skiff?
I think we should place the soul-soothing paper kite.
This time, we needn't compete. Go. Fly on to other distant worlds.
Okay. And then, can I check? Okay. I guess I'll also pick the Ambassador's seal.
Thank you for everything you've done for the Skyfaring Commission and the Law Fu. This small seal is the foundation of the Xianzhou's prosperity.
Favorite dish.
This is a gift from Miss Yensui on behalf of all the restaurants on Arum Alley. You're going to love this.
Okay. After stream is over, I really want to check what happens if you eat these gifts. Okay, and the tea. Kind of wanted to keep that one, but it's a matter of respect.
This is the tea that Meng Ming has made, especially named after you.
The Skyfaring Commission shall never forget you, Ting-Yun. I will seek out the truth, and if it is discovered that you were taken from us, I swear to avenge your unjust end. It is time for the soul-soothing ceremony. Please make your way to Earthrise Agora in Starskiff Haven.
Yeah, I took the stuff. I'm pretty glad I took the stuff, because if it didn't, I'd be really nervous about keeping it.
Oh,
and not
is that a
accidentally eating
stain?
it.
I like this coat.
General, the ceremony is finished. You should take a rest.
Not yet. I have things I wish to convey to my astral friends. My apologies, I couldn't get to you any sooner. Yan Qing made sure that I was fully recuperated. Before you leave the Luofu, there are two things I wish to gift the Express.
Two gifts? Has his conscience finally gotten the better of him? Is he going to make up for all our hard work along the way?
Free real estate.
Please, let us reconvene at the seat of divine foresight.
It's free real estate.
Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
I think Kafka line is gonna be the new osmanthus wine.
What is your purpose for entering the seat of divine foresight?
I thought it was gonna say, what is your purpose? And I wasn't prepared to answer that question.
Present company is gathered to reiterate the Xianzhou Luofu's esteemed gratitude for the magnanimous actions of the Nameless. I am sure Lady Fu has given voice to this already, but the Luofu is greatly indebted to you. Therefore, on behalf of the Luofu Cloud Knights, I hereby present you with a jade abacus, a symbol of our allied friendship.
That's just a souvenir.
It could indeed be considered a souvenir of a certain variety, but not one you could find in a gift store. Back when the Alliance was first established, all those thousands of years ago, the Xianzhou ships swore an oath, etching the record into a jade abacus. The world may crumble, and the heavens may fall, but this oath shall never be broken. The same is true of this jade abacus. It is a record of the Luofu Cloud Knight's promise to the crew of the Astral Express. It is also a beacon. Grip it tightly, and it will send a message to the jade abacus here in my hand. No matter how astronomically distant you are, the Luofu Cloud Knights will always come to the aid of the crew, whatever your need may be.
Wow, now that's what I call a payoff.
Of course, I trust that such an important article will not be used for trivial or inappropriate circumstances. I hope you can understand.
Yup, got it. Say no more. Sure thing.
Thank you for your generosity, General.
Dan Heng.
General.
General Kenobi.
In accordance with the Edict of the Ten Lords Commission, I am hereby authorized to relieve your banishment decree. From this day henceforth, you may come and go freely on the Luofu.
Nice!
But I must remind you that the crimes of Dongfeng have had far-reaching implications. And some people, such as those in Scale Gorge Waterscape, will not be much moved by the issuance of a paper edict. While I can guarantee your freedom to come and go as you please, I cannot guarantee your safety. Again, I hope you can understand.
I understand.
This issuing of gifts brings with it a sense of relief. Even my wound is feeling much improved. The occasion calls for a line or two of poetry. Though I feel my efforts would be overshadowed by the erudition of Lady Fu. Another time, perhaps. The Express and its passengers have a long voyage ahead of them. May that voyage be smooth and untrammeled. I bid you farewell.
This sounds like the end of the Luofu arc, but that'd be really short.
Oh, hi. I know we haven't got the chance to get acquainted, but I've heard a lot of good things about the crew from the General. I have to say, I'm very impressed.
I see a pick-upable.
So soon? I wanted to help the General, but things didn't turn out how I wanted them to be. I've learned my lesson. Also, I have a rather abrupt request. After fighting down Hung, I feel like my skills are lacking somewhere. If you have any time to coach me...
Could schedule in a couple of rounds.
Deal. Safe travels.
It's a pick-upable. What's the... Okay. I just picked up the General's diary, so I'm going to check that out. Okay, let's see. He saw a dog, and then he adopted it and named his dog Mimi. He took it home. And then he gave his dog Mimi to Qingzu. And then part 2, Mimi's getting bigger and becoming more attached. Huh. Okay, so he bought 200 caddies worth of meat for his dog, and the dog ate it all. And then the people thought the general ate all that food and thinks he's a glutton. And then part 3. I don't have part 3, but I am now invested in finding out about this dog. And I need this dog lore. It's gotta be somewhere. Well, I guess it'd probably be somewhere reasonable, like on a table and not in some random corner on the floor. Let's see. Okay. So it had the optional objective to bid farewell to people I've met. I don't know who's included in that, but I'd be surprised if this counted as a significant NPC. But I want to see if it does. Because this is the person that gave me the job daily. It's
Imagine if the divination
The
commission.
Matrix offers a glimpse into the path set out for...
Okay. I didn't get anything. But then Fushuan's probably counts, right?
Are you here to say goodbye? There's no need to be so anxious. I predict that you will return to the Xianzhou often, and you will definitely continue to trouble us when you do. Therefore, forget about any farewells. Alright, okay, I understand. I wish your travels be fleeting of foot, and may your crises be effortlessly resolved. May your travels be fleeting of...
Okay. Who else have we got? Who else do we meet? Let me check the the data bank on the characters. I would visit Sampo, but Sampo absolutely does not count. I don't know about Sushang, because I think that's more on Don Hong's side. The Artisanship Commission. I'm thinking of Master Gongshu, but I have no idea where he is. Oh, what about the Alchemy Commission? I doubt there's anyone here, but I might as well check. Wait, what's Ling Ling sell? Let me have a look. What you got? Okay. But he sells dogs. Let me buy 30 dongs. The new recipe for spray. I think that's a Pokemon potion. Nice. I'll have some of that. For the entire next battle. The description on that was too real. Okay. What other stores are there? I know I'm supposed to be looking for significant NPCs to say farewell to, but now I'm just looking for stores.
You say you're a realm-keeping commission officer?
What? Okay, so this guy sells consumables that heal 10 HP. Not 10%, just 10 HP. I'll take your entire stock. Okay, this is even better. He also sells stuff that heal an ally for 1 HP. I'll take it all. I don't think there's anybody else here. Okay. I don't think there's anybody in Scale Gorge Waterscape. Artisanship Commission. Okay. Our room alley is the new map. So I have no idea what's here. But I might as well grab that teleport point. I wonder where Qingque is. Probably somewhere in this map. I think when you first see them, they're at some table playing a board game or something. We should interact with this. Okay, so I have no idea where Qingque is, so I think I'll just skip them.
Would you like me to relay your message?
No. wait. I wanna... Hang on. I want to visit Yukong. I knew I was forgetting someone.
Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
If Yukong is here. I don't see her. Wait, there's a pick-upable or something.
If there's something you don't understand, just come to me.
Oh. Okay, maybe Yukong is like standing somewhere else. Yeah, there she is. She's standing right here.
Are you off then? The Xianzhou Law Fu is all the richer for your brief time with us. I offer blessings on behalf of the Skyfaring Commission on the eve of your departure. If you require resupplying during your journey, you can always count on us.
The only other person I can think of is Qingque, but I have no idea where she is. Nope. I think that's it.
Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
I'm pretty sure that line Kafka is going to be the new Osmanthus line, because I've heard that so many times.
What is your purpose for entering?
Himiko messaged me. The Express detected the Jade Gate's reopening. She asked whether we'd be heading back anytime soon. She was also asking after you, Danheng. I think it'd be best if you update her in person, don't you think?
She must have been worried. I'll return to the train and put her mind at rest.
Himiko must be eager to hear about what we've been up to on this mission too, right? Hang on. Oh, how could I forget? We should bring something back for the conductor. Have you got any unfinished business on the Xianzhou?
What if I say this?
Oh yeah, there are some people we haven't said goodbye to yet.
Fine, fine. Danheng and I will go back to the Express. The two of you come back soon, okay?
Don't worry, Mr. Yang.
I think that's just a cancel option. I'll just...
We've been so busy running around in circles, we haven't gotten the chance to say goodbye to friends we've just met. I feel like parting is still such sweet sorrow. Who should I go to first? The Master Diviner? Jingche? The Miracle Doctor? Or what about Master Gongshu? Shall we go and meet them all?
Yeah, I don't know what Qingque is, but fine, I'll look for Master Gongshu. Okay. Master Gongshu. should be somewhere in the Artisanship Commission. Except this map is so big, I have no idea where to start looking. Alchemy Commission. Okay, I think he's somewhere here. If he's not here, I'll just skip him. Sneak. Yep, I don't see him. I think Master Gongshu also gives you a daily puzzle for a few days. I think this is where he stands and waits for you. But I did them all, so I think he's gone. And once again, I have no idea where Qingque is. Okay, I guess I'll just head back to the parlor car.
There's a dreamlike quality to watching these star skiffs depart through the Jade Gate. How long will these ships sail? And which stars are they traveling to?
From a universal perspective, there is little difference between the lives of long and short-lived species. The transcendence that the Xianzhou pursues is nothing compared to the enduring majesty of the stars. And the grief felt here is no different from our own.
I had a thought today as I was cooking lunch, but I'll probably bring it up on Tuesday with Lou, and if we do unpacking that day. It's like a interesting question about brains or something.
You're back! Welt was telling me about your experiences. I'm more than a little envious. The Ambrosial Arbor, the Ebon Deer, the Divination Commission Matrix, Scale Gorge Waterscape. I pestered Don Hung to tell me about his experiences, but alas, what could have been a magnificent saga was reduced to a few words and a grunt. Next time, I think I should be the one trailblazing with you guys. Welt can stay on the Express.
Since when did the work roster just change like that?
Penacony. Do you remember? Before Kafka's proposal, that was our original destination.
No, I don't remember.
The Express's records show that Penacony was a prison planet used by the IPC to exile criminals. At least, it was at the time of recording.
Yeah, that certainly fits the name. When I hear the phrase Penacony, it sounds like penal colony, I think, which I think is a phrase for jail. So, why are we going to jail?
However, following a Stellaron burst, the planet fell into the arms of Xipe. They say it's been transformed into a prosperous and ethereal realm. The family is throwing a banquet there, and they sent invitations out to the Express. I was curious about the state of the planet, so I accepted. When the conductor is ready, we can set off for the next stop.
Meanwhile,
all who enter here are either jailers or prisoners. Which are you?
Neither. I'm merely a lost traveler.
What a spectacle. The Stellaron, the Ambrosial Arbor, the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus, the Lord Ravager. A series of threats that almost succeeded in diverting attention away from the crucial question. They who brought the Stellaron onto the Xianzhou, what was their motive? Will you surrender, or do you require encouragement? Abomination of Yaoshi.
General, my power does indeed stem from the abundance. But I'm the same as you. We are both enemies of Yaoshi.
That's right, Jingwen. Stay out of our way. The revival of the Arbor is an omen. It's time for the Xianzhou to choose its next path. The Rainbow Arbiter, the Plague's author, the Ruin author. This is a chess game between eons. If you don't stand with the winners, you stand to lose. And this time, we will put the abundance in their grave.
So let's... Okay, that's just it. This whole update was just like, okay, you won, here's your prize, and here's what's gonna happen next, and that's it. So Dunhung wants us to accompany him to visit the current High Elder of the Vidyahara. Yeah, sure.
Nice.
Oh, we also got Yukong visiting.
March 7th just showed me some dolls that were made to look like the members of the Express crew. They're adorable. This brings back a lot of memories. I come from a military background, so I don't have much experience when it comes to caring for children. When Qingni was a child, I rarely had time for her. I often worried about her feeling lonely, so I bought her a lot of dolls. I remember someone asked her once if she ever felt afraid being home by herself. She proudly responded, "I'm not afraid. I've got lots of doll mommies." Needless to say, the Skyfaring Commission was very entertained. Thinking back, even if she wasn't too affected by my absence, I do feel guilty. The Nameless have a great relationship. It lends a warm atmosphere to the Astral Express, and it brings back memories of my own family. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little envious.
Natasha's here too.
I remember you once said that the Express travels across the universe and visits all kinds of different planets. I'm thinking, if I have the chance, I'd love to travel with you and see what lies beyond Urilo 6. You're right. People still rely on me as their doctor. Still, I'm looking forward to the day I can join the crew. I'd like to see how other civilizations fight diseases, and what Belobog could learn. Of course, if there is a day when the underworld doesn't need a doctor like me anymore and everyone lives happily ever after, then perhaps there won't be any reason for me to go on the journey with you after all.
Okay, so... Okay. So now that I've completed this story quest, this current event, Room Alley's Hustle and Bustle, is now open, where I can get a free Sushong and and a Tracks of Destiny, and some Stellar Jades. I think the Tracks of Destiny are just gonna be the standard reward for events. You just get like one for doing the whole event. I think it's like crowns in Genshin Impact. Except the Tracks of Destiny are renewable. In Genshin, you could only get crowns from like one-time rewards and events. And if you needed a crown and didn't have one, you'd have to wait for an event. But in Star Rail, if you need one, like, you get one weekly for the simulated universe, but you can also buy 2 of them per month. But I guess it's pretty slow. But you can get 2 of them per month from the Embers Exchange, and it's pretty cheap too. Just 60 Undying Embers each, which is pretty cheap. It's actually really cheap. But I don't think I need those yet. I think you only need those to... yeah, to unlock new bonus abilities in the Traces menu, and to level up your skills to a level 9 and 10 probably. So with that, I believe... and let me go here. See what you said. Yeah, so with that, I believe it's time to do some polls. Yeah, if you got any questions about Honkai Star Rail, like, I guess you could probably ask me, because I play pretty consistently. Okay, I play every day. I spend all my energy. I could definitely nerd out about Star Rail. Like, I don't think I'm that obsessed, but I could just nerd out. Like, for example, I don't know if I've given you the spiel yet, but in the current version, I think ice is the worst element, because there are so many enemies that resist ice, and not that many that are weak to it. Especially since early game, you're like, the first world you go to is Uriel 6, and that's a whole planet that's all about ice. So like, there's so many enemies that are resistant to ice. Let's see. And I think Quantum is the best element in the game. So in this spiel, my stance is ice is the worst element and Quantum is the best element. Because I think almost every single enemy in the game is weak to either imaginary or Quantum. And there are no enemies in the game currently that resist Quantum. There is one enemy in the game that resists imaginary, and that is the Orumaton Gatekeeper. It's the only thing that resists imaginary, but guess what? It's weak to Quantum. There have been numerous times where, like, I literally go through this spiel so many times alone in my head, because I feel like somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to hear this whole essay about why ice sucks. Let's go through you know what? Yeah, let's go through like all 56 enemies. See, these 2 things are weak. Like, they have low HP. Like, this one's weak to ice, the Baryon. But these things usually die in like 1 hit anyway. And the Anti-Baryon is weak to Quantum. Void Ranger, standard. Distorter, it's weak to imaginary. Okay, Eliminator, this one's a bit more of a tanky enemy. It is weak to Quantum and ice, okay, but it's a bit tankier to begin with. Okay, this one is an elite enemy. It's weak to imaginary. Doomsday Beast. You know, Doomsday Beast doesn't really count, because it's made up of like 3 separate parts that all have their own weakness. But the one weakness they all share is fire, and that's it. Now Fantilia, the Undying. Okay, Fantilia the Undying is my least favorite enemy in the game because I cannot do this weekly boss at the highest difficulty. Like, it's too hard. Because, you know, I better hydrate for this essay I'm about to give you. Okay, so there are currently 3 weekly bosses in the game. They are known as Echoes of War, the Destruction Beast, Cocolia, and Fantilia. The Destruction Beast and Cocolia have 2 phases, and generally, when you switch to the second phase, they unlock a new ability, like an ultimate ability or something. But Fantilia has 3 phases. So the fight takes longer, and she has even more attacks to unleash. In her phase 1, she summons 2 flowers. 2 flowers that heal themselves and regenerate, and their attack is they remove 1 skill point from your party. And the thing I hate most is that if you go auto battle, your team will prioritize killing the flowers, and they will waste so many turns on the flowers when they just respawn instantly. Like, you kill one, she just summons another one. So, don't kill the flowers. It's such a waste. And then in phase 2, like, yes, she has another ultimate attack, and she summons 2 different flowers. Like, 2 new flowers. The skill point absorbers are gone. And these 2 other flowers will target one enemy, target one of your team members, and when their turn comes around, they will unleash an ultimate attack on that one team member. Which sucks. Oh, also, Fantilia has this party-wide debuff that reduces your max HP. So, yeah, that sucks. But at least the other flowers are gone. But okay, in phase 3, like if you survive all that and get to phase 3, then you get 2 of each type of flower, so 4 flowers total. Like the skill point absorbers and the ones that nuke your team members. And also I think Fantilia's ultimate attack gets even stronger. So, yeah. Generally, when I have to fight Fantilia, either, like, I need to do 1 or 2 things. Either I need to turn down the difficulty, or I must get Blade as a support character, or I can't do it. Anyway, I was talking about Ice and Quantum. Oh yeah, Fantilia resists Frozen, so yeah. Well, she's a weekly boss, I guess that's a given. But she's weak to Imaginary. Okay. And then on Urielo 6, you have the Frost Spawn. This is probably going to be the first enemy you see on Urielo 6. And it is resistant to ice and frozen, because it's made of ice. It does have a counterpart, the Flame Spawn, which is made of fire, and it's weak to ice. But I think I've seen more frozen ones. Yeah, these are generally weak enemies that generally die in 1 hit. Unless it's the Frost Spawn and you hit it with ice, then it's probably gonna survive, and then it's gonna poke you for like 7 damage. Then you have the Everwinter Shadewalker, which is also made of ice and resists ice and frozen. And guess what? It's weak to quantum. So yeah, this is about your average grunt enemy. It takes a while to kill if you're using ice, so that kinda sucks. Also, Everwinter Shadewalker, the ice grunt. Remember this guy, because it's gonna come back. This guy is also weak to quantum. And you also have your Incineration Shadewalker, which is just the fire version of the last enemy. And it's weak to ice and imaginary. So okay. You got your Imaginary Weaver, which has a quantum weakness. And then you get Ice Out of Space, which is an elite enemy. It's made of ice, and it resists ice and frozen. But guess what? It's weak to quantum. And then sure, there's a Blaze Out of Space, which is the same thing, but it's made of fire, and it's weak to ice. But not only is it weak to ice, it is also weak to quantum. Then you have your Guardian Shadow, which doesn't really resist or weak to ice, but it's weak to quantum. You got your Decaying Shadow, which sure normal. And this thing, the Frigid Prowler. I hate this thing because this thing isn't made of ice. It resists ice, frozen, and guess what? It's weak to quantum. But also, this thing summons Everwinter Shadewalkers, which are those ice grunts, which are made of ice and resist ice. So yeah, I hate that thing. The Frigid Prowler is like half the reason why I think ice is the worst element. Then you have Searing Prowler, which is just the fire version of the other thing, but it doesn't summon stuff, so it's not as bad. So okay. Oh yeah, did I mention the Frigid Prowler is weak to quantum? I think I did. But the Stormbringer, weak to ice, sure. Reload 6. Silverman Lieutenant, ice, okay. Oh, and weak to quantum. Nice. And the underground, you get a bunch of robots, which are generally weak to thunder. And then 2 elites. Yeah, weak to ice, okay. Yeah, weak to ice. Svarog. Svarog, not weak to ice. Okay. You got Bronya. Neutral. Okay. And then you have Japard. Okay, so I hate on Japard theatrically. The reason I don't like Japard is because when you first set foot on 306, and you meet Sampo and stuff, and he takes you to the city or something, Japard stops you and he fights you because he thinks you're criminals. And the reason I don't like him is because on turn 1 of that fight, I reduced his HP to 50% on turn 1. He didn't get to move. And then the fight ended. And then he's like, okay, maybe we can talk about this. And I was so mad because I wanted to kick his ass so badly. But he ended the fight and it was like, okay, my bad. Let's talk about this. So that's reason 1. And for a long time, I always thought, whenever I saw him, like, oh, I would have whooped your ass so hard. And then later on in the story, you have to fight him again. And he's a lot stronger, so I thought, oh, okay. Well, I get to kick his ass. And he is resistant to ice, so that sucks. This is about the time where I got Yansheng, my first 5-star, who is coincidentally the ice element. So the second time I had to fight Japard, it was actually a pretty hard fight because he was all beefed up and a proper challenge. And I was coming at him with a disadvantage. And then you have to fight Japard even more because in the simulated universe, World 3, which drops the most versatile relics, so you're going to be farming that a lot. Japard is the final boss of World 3 Simulated Universe, and he is once again resistant to ice. And being the boss of a simulated universe, and you're going to be farming that at the appropriate difficulty for your power, he is even more beefed up. He has 3 phases, so in that one fight you have to fight him 3 times. And he summons stuff. Not only does he summon stuff, but he has a shield for each phase, except the first one. So he's just really tanky, and I think he's really annoying to fight against. But if you have him as a character, he's pretty good. Anyway, I don't like Chapard. I just don't like his character because it's a personal bias. And then you have Cocolia, who is resistant to physical ice, wind, and frozen. But Cocolia is weak to quantum. And we have Cocolia, the weekly boss, which resists the same stuff, namely ice and frozen, and is weak to quantum. And then on the Lawfu, we finally get off of Halo 6. Got your basic enemies, Abundant Ebendir. Okay, the Abundant Ebendir is weak to ice, which is good, but it's also weak to quantum. Then you got your Orumaton Gatekeeper, which is the one enemy in the game that resists imaginary. Neutral to ice, but it's weak to quantum. Then you got your wolves. Malefic Ape. Okay, I'm glad this thing's weak to ice, because this is a really annoying enemy, actually. That's good. The Ascended, weak to ice, okay. Yanqing. Okay, well, you'll never fight Yanqing with, like, your actual party. Like, except in some situations, like, I think he shows up in the Forgotten Hall Memory of Chaos or something. You can find him there. But he's resistant to ice and frozen. So yeah. Oh, Kafka. You know, that's pretty much the whole spiel. Like, once you get off of Halo 6, which is gonna take a while, because I think it's so long, then the enemies get a little bit more diverse, and not everything resists ice. So anyway, now that I've bored you to death with that spiel about why ice sucks and why quantum is overpowered, it's time to pull. Anyway, we inspect Pom Pom's toy. But before we get into the Imbiber de Lewnae, I have 10 standard tickets, so I'm going to be doing a 10 pull on the standard banner and seeing what I get. How many have I done so far? It's 111. Okay. So standard 10 pull. Yep. No 5-star. But I might still get something good. Okay. I don't know if that one does. The tower. Location. Fine fruit. I don't know if that one does. Ember. Okay. Okay. Got on March 7th. Okay. I think I did want some Eidolons for March, because actually user. What's your first Eidolon do again? Okay. Well, it's something. And I mean that's the rock thing. Okay. Okay, so I have a 10 pull of special passes that I got from just like the store and the daily login. So maybe, actually let me check my history. So maybe I'll get the Inhibitor Lewnae in my first 10 pull. I mean, you can dream. How much pity am I on? It's 5. 10. 14. Okay, I'm at 14 pity. Okay, let's do a 10 pull. 10 pull. I think I do also want links on the next banner, so I might have to save a bit. Lynx is going to be a 4-star on the next banner. They're going to be a 4-star ice healer, I believe. I'm thinking me pulling for Inhibitor Lewnae might be a bad move because I kind of don't want any of the 4-stars featured except March 7th, but that's not a high priority. Hey, back to back. But it'd probably be help to get some Eidolons for them. That's pretty lucky though. Back to back 4-star. It's always nice when you get 2 4-stars in a 10 pull, especially when they're pretty close to back to back. So that should put me at 24 pity. 24. I'm gonna buy 30 more and see where that puts me. Stellar trade by the special pass. Yep. If I go all in, if I'm willing to invest all in, I'm probably going to get Inhibitor Lewnae. And you know what? You know what? Okay, Loon, if you're still here, maybe I will get him. Then I'll put him up for my support, so you can use him if you don't get him. I mean, you've seen his finger. I've seen a few memes about his finger, like when he uses triple charge attack, he does like the fingering, and people have made memes about that. Special pass. I'm always nervous I'm gonna buy the wrong one, because that happened to somebody once, and they bought like 300 standard pulls, and they basically wasted their entire bank. Okay. This should go up to, I think, 34. Void. I also need to ask myself, if I lose the 50-50, who would I want? And it's a pretty easy answer. If I lose 50-50, I want Bronya, because Bronya is the best character to lose your 50-50 to. Hey, back to back. Yeah, Bronya's the best character to lose your 50-50 to. And meta-wise, Himiko is the worst character. Himiko is like the Chi-Chi. But lore-wise, people love Himiko. Like, especially people who have played Honkai Impact 3rd. Like, okay, if you have previously played Honkai Impact 3rd and played through the entire story, you will have a far greater appreciation for Honkai Star Rail. Because there are so many references and connections, like, it just makes you nostalgic. I haven't played okay, I have played Honkai Impact 3rd, but not very long. I think I have a total of like 21 days on Honkai Impact 3rd, which isn't a ton really. So I don't really know a whole lot of references. Apparently, if I was a bit more attentive and remembered more, I might have realized that Luocha... Wait a minute. got an achievement. Ripples on the direct sea. What's that for? Is that just the number of poles? Like, cause if it was a character, then I'll get the achievement called Express Crew Roster. So it's not a new character. Maybe that's just the number of poles total over your entire Star Rail career. So anyway, if I remember more about Honkai Impact 3rd, I might have realized that Luocha is a reference to, I think it was Otto from, I think it was the Ottoman Empire in Honkai Impact 3rd. This is a nice one. Okay. This is a good light cone, so this is a good pickup. It's sample with light cone. So I believe I'm currently at 54 pity. So I'm gonna buy 20 more. 20. See if I get anything. I didn't see anything. Point, Data Bank, Shattered Home, Pioneering, another March 7th, another back-to-back 4-star. It's a Yukong. Assuming I get Ambassador Lewnae, I'll have to think of what kind of team I want to build for him. So I think this is going to put me at, I think 74, which is just below where Soft Pity starts. In Genshin Impact, Soft Pity is, I think, on pull 75 and upward. Like up to 74 rates are normal, but 75 and upward rates start to increase. Planetary Rendezvous. I don't know what that one does, but I'll probably check it out. Okay, so if I do get Ambassador Lewnae and I pair him up with Yukong, this light cone would probably be pretty good to put on Yukong because they're both imaginary, and this light cone boosts teammates' imaginary damage. I mean, no. It boosts teammates' damage if their damaged element is the same as the wearer, which is going to be the case in the situation I just mentioned. Okay. So, I can feel my savings draining away. Singular temple. Okay. It's at this point where I'm probably going to get a 5-star. So this is probably going to be something. Oh, yep, I see it. Okay. Okay, Lune, I don't know if you're still here, but this is the moment. This is... Okay, I lost 50-50, but I got Welt. So... That's... not bad. I think I might be able to use Welt. Okay, so now, Now I really have to consider, do I want Embibber Lewnae that bad? But nice. I'm gonna inspect Welt. Welt. Okay, light. Okay. I've seen the Welt meme build, so I get a sort of idea of what he's good for. I think he's good for delaying the enemy's turn. He reduces the speed of the enemy. Okay. So that's sort of what he does. Let's turn on. Actually, I'll turn on the add-on later. Okay. We interact with Pom Pom's toy because it'd be pretty nice to have in real life. Okay. So we're back at the drawing board. Okay. So I have 80 more pulls right now. So I'm probably going to get them no matter what, because the daily login event is not over yet. I'm still going to do my dailies and accumulate stellar jades like that. So I'm probably going to get Embibber Lewnae. Let's start with 30. I can feel my savings draining away. I'm almost broke. My beginner's fortune is starting to run out. I don't know where pity is at. So I guess I'll just pull. So on paper, I have to get lucky if I want to get Embibber Lewnae. But in practice, if I don't get him, which is unlikely, I'll probably just get him off stream. Because I have 80 pulls, and in 80 pulls, I'm probably going to hit soft pity. I mean, no, I'm going to hit soft pity, and I'll probably just get him then. But it'd be nice to get lucky and not have to spend my entire fortune, because it's a bit of a luxury to, you know, be able to pull for the character you want and have confidence that you're gonna get them. Which after this banner, I will no longer have. Another March 7th. Okay, that's good. I use March 7th a lot, and building up her Eidolons is gonna be good for me. I kind of prefer March 7th over Gepard. People say Gepard is the best shielder in the game, but, well, I do have that personal bias against him for meme reasons. Okay, so Gepard's shield is on an ultimate and is team-wide, and March's shield is smaller. I mean, it's bigger, but it's single target. My main concern about shielding is uptime. So Gepard is the best shielder in the game, according to experts, but what's his uptime? Because that shield is going to expire in a couple of turns. Hey, perfect timing. Perfect timing the light cone. So yeah, his shield is going to expire in a few turns. And hey, another Warsaw Yukon. So his shield is going to expire in a few turns. And in that time, is he going to regain his ult again? Because I don't really know about that. Like, charging your entire alt in a turn, like 2 or 3 turns? I think that's a bit of a stretch. Okay. Okay, let's buy 20 more. I'm gonna have to build this character too, which is gonna take like a week probably. I'm still not even done building Kafka. Like, I'm mostly done, it's just I need a couple of rarer pieces. Like, I need for Kafka hey, back-to-back. I'm getting pretty good back-to-back luck tonight. But anyway, for Kafka, I need some rare pieces. Like, I need a good headpiece for her. Okay? Like, ideally, hey, another... Wait, is that 3 1 temple? That is. No? Okay, I gotta check. How many Eidolons is March at? Because I think I'm really getting up there now. You know, I have her E6. Okay. Damn. You know, that's really good. Okay. So at E6, March 7th becomes a little bit of a healer, which is pretty good. She can heal. Let me see what everything else does. Let's see. Shield to the most dead character. Ultimate level up. Counter can trigger an additional time. And also scales off of defense. Skill up, talent up. Become healer. Okay. Okay, what about Yukong? Because I got a few of them. I got 5. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this. Increases speed for 2 turns. Energy regen. Buffs. Okay. Buffs and this. Okay. And what about Asta? I don't have many Astas. So anyway, I had another 10 pull to do. So I'll pull. Okay, I think I got him. Yep, I got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. And another March 7th. Okay. A little bit extra on top. Hang on. Let me go brag about this in somebody's Discord. You know, I'm gonna put this somewhere else for the time being, and then I'll brag about this to my friends later. 'Cause when I do, I want to add an additional meme to it. So I'll just put this in my storage. And then I will... Oh, hello, Loon. So we got him. So... Yeah. Alright, so this was a pretty good success. So today in this polling session, I achieved E6 March 7th, which is really good. I'm really happy about that. I achieved... Okay. E5 Yukong. I got E2 Asta, which is okay. I got Welt, so I lost 50-50, but he's kind of cool. And I got Imbibitor Lewnae. Now, we listen to him.
This is my original appearance, that of the Vidyadhara. Don't worry. I'm still Dan Heng, a descendant of the Vidyadhara, and also a member of the Nameless. As recorded in the databank, it is customary among the Vidyadhara to place one's hand on one's forehead when greeting someone. But we don't need to do that.
Huh? Where I'm from, it was considered good luck to rub a bald person's head. And there was a time in my life when I was bald, and I'll say I was a little bit more popular among my, well, my family's people, but it was kind of annoying because people always chase me down and try to rub my bald head for good luck. And I think like even more people try to chase me down because I was so elusive. Like I'm not so easy to catch, so I think that just made people more interested in trying to catch me. Yeah. Okay, so anyone who knows me knows that I like headbats, unironically. I like 2 headbat. I'll specify. Okay. But I feel like petting a bald person's head is a little bit awkward. Maybe that's just me. Anyway, parting.
It's getting late. I won't be staying up much longer. Sleep well.
What's his previous life like?
My previous life is like a faint shadow. Hardly visible, yet following me wherever I go. It's hard to describe the feeling. But one thing is for certain. I am nobody's shadow. The eternal banishment decree was like a pardon for me. After all, I'm here now. Aren't I? There's unfinished business between me and the maker of this weapon. Well, during my days in the shackling prison, reading books was my only respite from the long hours and the shadows of the past. I've no interest in commenting on the deeds and sins of Imbibitor Lewnae. Given the choice, I would like to cast his name aside. Even so, the consequences of his power will be borne by me alone.
I really thought I was going to say, I have no interest in stoking conflict. Something to share.
The Vidyadhara that reside on the Xianzhou received a blessing from the Permanence, our dragon ancestor. On the Luofu, we wield a magic known as Cloud Hymn that allows us to manipulate water and control the rains. The ambrosial arbor was severed long ago, but it is not dead. If there's any activity from the denizens of abundance, it will be connected to the arbor. Sometimes the general treats me as a friend from the old days. Unfortunately, I am unable to return the sentiment. The High Elder succession was incomplete, causing her to become trapped in shallow waters. Fortunately, she has a vitality that does not bend to the will of others. That young swordmaster has a keen eye and a swift hand, but I've no desire to compete with anyone in a sword fight.
What about Blade?
What he seeks, I am unable to provide.
In combat.
Caution does not mean cowardice.
Okay, now let's test him out. Like, I know he's level 1 and stuff, but let me build a team or something. Let's go to the... Let's go to Simulated Universe, test him out there. Oh, I should also probably activate my Eidolons, especially March 7th. Okay. Lowest HP percentage. Where's my audio? Okay. Does this screen not have audio? I thought it like played a sound or something. Oh well. So I think this makes March 7th a lot better at dealing damage. This is good too. Okay, I want to check what the... Yeah, it's pretty good. And one final Eidolon. Okay, so you could argue that enabling E6 March could be a bad decision, because in Genshin Impact, for some characters, it was more beneficial to leave them at C5 and not activate their final constellation. Bennett is the best example of that because, well, Bennett's E6 would give Pyro Infusion to whoever stood in his buff circle, which for most characters doesn't matter, but for physical characters, that kills them. It ruins their entire usability, no synergy. But in this case, March 7th, when I first started playing Star Rail, I compared her to Zhongli because both their final Eidolons and constellations restored HP. Now for Zhongli and Genshin Impact, in most cases, it doesn't matter, like, it provides healing, but it becomes bad when you use Zhongli with Hu Tao, which is a very common combination because Hu Tao is, well, meta. So if you have C6 Zhongli and Hu Tao, they become incompatible, and you can't use them together anymore, which completely and permanently kills a team combination forever. But in Star Rail, do I activate E6? I want to say probably, because Hoyoverse gives Star Rail a lot more love and attention than Genshin Impact. Like, a lot more. So, I believe that someday they will allow us to toggle Eidolons. Because people in Genshin have been asking for that for, like, years, and they never did it. But in Star Rail, people ask for stuff, and it comes out in the very next update. Hmm. And then Asta. Just E2 Asta. Okay. I will activate it. Activate. Okay. So I came to Simulated Universe because I wanted to test out my new Dragon Boy. I'll build a whole team around him. Level 1. What kind of team do we want? I want something defensive for sure. So I guess I'll put Natasha, even though he'll probably just get one shot. And then I want March 7th and MC. And the path doesn't really matter, but I guess destruction. I think I'm missing some sound effects. I don't know what that's about. Look at that splash of water and stuff. Okay, so I know he's level 1, but let's try.
Tough luck running into me.
Just give him a stronger shield. A much stronger shield.
Strength.
Okay.
Heaven search.
This probably isn't gonna kill because he's level 1 and has no gear. But let's slow-mo it.
Celestial dragon.
Oh, it does kill. He's level 1. Those things were like level 13 or something. So, let's actually take a look at his skills and stuff. Okay, yeah, skill buffs the basic attack, but let's see. Okay, so his fully charged attack, Fulgurant Leap, has really good multipliers. So yes, it does do a lot of damage.
Old friends, meet yet again.
Seven-hit combo. And if we level it up, wow. This scales ridiculously well. Like, going from level 1 to level 2 is buffs your multipliers by 50%. Like from 250% to 300% on the main target, and 90% to 108% on adjacent targets. Okay. So, the untrained player is probably just going to spam Fulgurant Leap, because, you know, full charge, big damage kind of stuff. But a single charge doesn't look that bad either. Like, spend one skill point and you do like 130% damage at level 1. It's just gonna get better. Let me see. Okay, let's see. From level 1 to level 2, that is a 26% increase. Let's compare to Yancheng. His skill, which is currently level 6, but level 7 is going to be... Okay. Okay. Yancheng has been power grabbed. So, for Yancheng, each level on skill adds 13% damage, and Dan Heng gains 26% damage on a single charge of his attack. But that might be because Yancheng is meant to be used differently, because he emphasizes critical hits. Like his ultimate, okay, his passive gives him a critical hit chance buff by 16% and scales up. His ultimate buffs crit rate by 60%. So as of current, I can get Let's see. Plus 76 crit rate. Plus 76% crit rate. So that's probably because he emphasizes crit damage. But however, comma, Inhibitor Lewnae should also probably emphasize crit damage because of his talent passive. Yeah. Wait, no, not his talent passive, his skill passive. So I think for two charges and 3 charges, each hit increases crit damage by 6% and scales up. 6% at level 1 up to a max of 4 stacks. So we want Inhibitor Lewnae to crit a lot. So I know how I'm gonna build him. Okay, Lude, I don't know why you came to the stream. Like, maybe it's just to support me, maybe it's to watch my polos. But now you're just gonna watch me theory craft and how to best utilize him. I'm just theory crafting now. Yep. I might just theory craft for the next half hour. Because I don't know if I have time to start a brand new quest. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Even more damage to imaginary weak targets. There's plenty of those. Start a battle regenerates 50 energy. I don't know if that's not so good in extended combat. Resist crowd control debuffs. Yep. Can I equip like one in the middle of Simulated Universe? I might cannibalize Clara's Lycone, because it looks like it'll work just as well. Yeah. And it's already leveled up, so that's good. No. I don't... Okay, I'm gonna put this on because I need to experiment with this. I need to know how much this thing stacks. It doesn't say there's a limit, but there has to be a limit. If there's no limit, it's broken. Put a shield on this man.
I sense a storm. Heaven's surge.
Naughty child.
Okay, so oh, 3 stacks. I guess that is a little bit. It doesn't run out, it looks like. You know what I like about this guy, Inhibitor Lewnae? He has a ranged attack in the overworld, so that's really nice. I love characters with the ranged attacks in the overworld.
The strength. Heaven's surge. Rise.
Pretty good. Even at level 1. Well, we better complete the Simulated Universe.
Caution does not mean cowardice.
What does this enhance do?
Water heeds the cloud song.
Oh, great. A walk in the park.
the shield on this man.
Sense a storm.
Okay, let's try one single charge.
Time for a shot.
It's level 1, so okay.
I'm on guard. Hit.
Try that again.
Okay. Let's do more testing. We just bypass Retta. You know, maybe what I'll do for the rest of the stream is... Maybe I'll spend my energy and like do my daily stuff.
The strength.
Okay, so these 3 are all weak enemies, so I think this will probably kill all 3 of them. At level 1. You know what? Okay, I probably shouldn't be making comparisons and analyzing at level 1. That's probably a bad move. But at level 1, it's pretty good.
My turn. Phew.
I sense a storm. Heaven's surge.
Let's target the not flying guy.
Rise. The times are changed.
I'm out of skill points. Okay. Thinking. I like the ranged attack.
Tough luck running into me.
Shield up.
Here.
Heaven's surge. Quick.
Okay. Switch domain currents and then the aha doll. Should hit hard. You hit it hard again. And get nothing. Normally what I do is I hit hard and then I pet it gently. And that usually results in getting something. But I think you can like gamble for double or nothing or something.
Water heats the cloud song.
Okay.
Oh great, a walk in the park.
1 damage burn. Okay. I want to see this in slow-mo.
Awaken dormant scales.
So, okay, it's a blast. Oh, which look at the... Both these things are weak to quantum. What do you know? I want to get rid of the ice one.
Delve hidden moon. World cleansing dragon.
Oh.
Stay right there while I give you a present.
Heaven's surge.
Okay, just cancel and get all your skill points back.
Heaven's surge.
Okay.
Rise.
Time for a shot. Now.
I'm on guard.
You can't run. My turn. Phew.
The strength. Heaven's surge. Quick.
Okay. So I'm gonna need a team plan. Okay, so he's gonna need a lot of skill point regeneration. Like, a lot. So, I want to pair him up with someone with a lot of speed.
Old friends, meet yet again.
A lot of speed. Okay, one possible build is you want to build a team with a lot of speed, except for Lewnae. We want to keep him slow. Let's look at Yukong. I believe Yukong had a trace. Or yeah, okay. This is gonna be good. It's 107 speed. Okay, ideally, we want Yukong to go right before Lewnae. Because what this will do is it'll give Lewnae the Roaring Bowstrings buff, which increases attack by 48% at level 3. So it's just gonna scale up. 48% is pretty good, but also Tingyun. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So I have my Tingyun built for pretty nice speed. So what we can do with Tingyun is we can use the Soothing Melody to give Benediction. And then turn order doesn't matter as much. So Tingyun might be a good pairing. Okay, so as with any team, I also want...
Peace. Peace is above all things.
Generally, I want a shielder and a healer. But I currently only have one healer. Unless we count March. Which maybe frees up a healer for me. Okay, let's theory craft. My main team. Gonna reset my main team. My main team in this order is Kafka, Natasha, Luca, and March 7th. So that's it. That's my main team. And for a secondary team. Okay. And okay, order matters because in the event you get hit with a blast attack, you want adjacent characters to be far away from the main target. So you generally put your tank units on the opposite side of your DPS units. Lewnae is going to be a DPS unit. Now I like to put them on the left, like in the number 1 slot. Followed by Tingyun. I also don't want to duplicate characters because me building a second team is probably going to carry on to Memory of Chaos, so I can't have duplicates. So, you know, what if I just majorly buffed him up? I got Tingyun. Tingyun is going to be the buffer, unless I sub in Yukong. Yukong has greater benefit at the cost of a skill point. Greater benefit, but it's a lot harder to build around because we need to get the speed exactly right. I also need a fast unit for skill point generation. Somebody who just spams basic attacks. That might be Chinque. Let me hydrate. Okay, so Qingque has two ways to build her. You can build her as a DPS who is very, very skill point hungry, which is what I'm not going to do. The other way to build her is you just maximize speed on her, and you have her just basic attack. And that's it, just spam basic attack, and that's it. So that might be what I do. I need a shielder of some sort. It might be the MC. But then I have no healer. I think this might do. Okay. So, I'm gonna have to build 4 characters then. Enable team. Okay, this is gonna be expensive. So, for Inhibitor Lewnae, for him, I need... Okay, so, this thing, I can probably steal Clara's thing, which is already built up to level 60, which is good. Increased attack by 16% when the wearer defeats an enemy. Crit rate increases by 12% for 3 turns. So that's good. We want that. Yes, switch. Okay. Actually, while I'm here at the simulated universe, I should also check the destruction light cone for her to store. And not that good. At least I don't think. Okay. So light cone, Yukong. I wanted to give her Planetary Rendezvous. After entering battle, if an ally deals the same damage type as the wearer, damage tail increases by 12%, which is going to be good if we pair them up with Inhibitor Lewnae. And for Qingque. Qingque is probably going to be really simple to build. Just speed. That's it. No other stat matters. But for Light Cone, I wonder what Light Cone to give them. I don't know. I don't know what to give Qingque, so we'll just skip them. Okay, and then MC, who is currently rocking a 3-star Light Cone, which won't do. We've gotta get something better. I don't have much better stuff. And then relics. Okay, so MC has passable relics. Qingque has trash. Yukong has nothing, and Lewnae has nothing. So I'm gonna have to farm. Actually, maybe I do have something. Cause in all that time I spent farming Simulated Universe for a lightning damaged orb for Kafka. Surely I must have something good for Inhibitor Lewnae right out the gate. Okay, let's see. For the time being, I'm going to give him an attack rope. Attack rope from Space Sealing Station. Guess I'll give him this one. And then the orb. The orb must be imaginary damage. And as luck would have it, I got excited for a second. I thought this would be the set that I want to invest for. Might be, but I don't think it is. But I do have an imaginary damage ore for her to space station. So I'll give him that for now. And I want to check. Well, I can check outside the menu. What was that set that I actually wanted to invest for? I think it was... Okay, it's this one. Rudolent Arena. Increases the wearer's crit rate by 8%. When the wearer's crit rate reaches 70% or higher, the wearer's basic attack and skill damage increased by 20%. Which is what I want. But I'm gonna need a bunch of other stuff. Like actual relics. So, the imaginary set. Thinking. I definitely want this set, but do I want 2-piece or 4-piece? Okay, let's assume that I go 2-piece. What do I want to combine it with? Okay, so this. I could probably get this for Ting Yun. Because that's gonna be good. That's for Blade. It's just gonna be a 2-piece, so it might be Musketeer. Yeah, it's probably gonna be 2-piece Musketeer, 2-piece Banditry Desert. Because everything else is specialized, but Musketeer is general. 2-piece, just attack increases by 12%. So that's good. And then... Wait, no. Okay, let me think. I forgot I wasn't using Ting Yun, and I was using Yukong. Yukong is going to have a higher skill point cost, because I'm going to have to spam her skill a lot more. And set things up extremely precisely. So that's going to be hard to build. But for relics...
It's been so long.
Okay, Yukong is going to be interchangeable with Ting Yun. Because they're both Harmony units, they're both going to serve as a damage buffer for Embaber Lewnae.
It's been so long.
On paper, we want Yukong, but in practice, Ting Yun might be better. Because Ting Yun has high speed, naturally, I think. Yeah, naturally high speed, and she has low skill point cost. So that's gonna be good. So never mind Yukong for now. We're going to put Ting Yun there instead, who's already kind of built. And then, okay. Qingque is probably the most replaceable character. Probably the most replaceable character. Because it just has to be somebody with high speed. somebody who will just spam their basic attack.
Old friends, meet yet again.
Wait. What if I have Tingyun and Yukong? That might actually work.
It's been so long.
Okay, so I'm going to have the main DPS and 3 supports. Tingyun will be a skill point generator. Yukong would be a skill point eater. And MC will be a skill point generator. I need to put this into practice. Okay. Everybody's level 1. Everyone's level 1 except for the MC. So let me just go into the memory stage 1 with my team. Lewnae, Tingyun, Yukong, and MC. I need to simulate how this will run.
Caution does not mean cowardice.
So, we start the fight. And then how does it look? Okay, so Tingyun has the highest speed, so she opens and she buffs Inhibitor Lewnae.
Spirit never dies.
And then this won't work. Okay, let me think. And then ideally,
The time is now. We mustn't delay.
we use Yukong to... Wait, no. This isn't gonna work. Okay. So because I don't have a healer, I start battles with 3 skill points and not 4. Or 5. So 3 skill points to open with. 1 is spent on Tingyun's buff, 1 is spent on Yukong's buff.
To the class.
The strength.
And then that leaves 1 skill point left over for Inhibitor Lewnae, which is good for a single charge, 1 hit.
It's time.
And then this will generate a skill point as well as a shield for everyone else. Ooh, that's bad. And then what Tingyun will do, she will attack.
Stay the course.
This will not work. Okay. Attack that. Triple charge up.
Surge. Rise.
Have no skill points. Okay, let's see.
Awaken dormant scales. World cleansing dragon.
Okay, yeah, that's level 1. Doesn't do a whole lot. Let's see. Tingyun is leveled up pretty fairly.
Lance at the ready.
Then MC is outer charges, but I need skill points. Okay, so we're going to buff up.
Gale force.
We will
1,000 wonders to ring. Fight is fun.
then I want to inspect how big of a buff is it. We have 26% from Tingyun, 48% attack from Yukong, Righteous Heart, crit rate boost. Okay. Then we have Squamo Sanctra, which we can use in place of skill points. Let's see. I have no skill points. Okay, this team comp will not work. I need to try something else.
I sense a storm. Heaven surge. Rise!
Seize the moment! Yeah!
Nice wrench. I'm on guard. The strength. Awaken, dormant. Blood-cleansing dragon. Heaven surge. Break.
Okay. So, unless I get really good relics, that combination will not work. See, Asta is pretty expensive on skill points too, because she has a buff, but you have to constantly use your skill to keep that buff up. I would put Natasha, but I think Natasha is a staple on my other team, so I can't have that. Maybe Welt? I gotta flex my 5 stars somehow. Let me look at what Yukong does. Where's your ult do? All the allies crit rate by 20%.
It's been so long.
Okay, increases crit rate and crit damage. Okay, so that's pretty good on the Mirror Lewnae. But the thing is, Yukong is really expensive. And let's take a look at Jingwei. I think if somebody just has to be a skill point generator, like just generate skill points and nothing else, I think one of the reasons Jingwei is one of the prime candidates is because I don't know. Maybe it's because of her E6 that recovers 1 skill point after using her enhanced basic attack. I don't know if using her enhanced basic attack gives you a skill point or not by default. If it does, then this gives you 2. If it doesn't, then this just gives you 1 and compensates for that. Okay. In the simulated universe, there's one blessing from the Path of Relation that gives you a lot of skill points. But outside of that, I can't really rely on blessings like that. I need to build a solid team that can stand on its own. Well, it's about time. I've been theory crafting for literally half an hour. So, I should look for somebody to raid. Cozy will be streaming. Baldur's Gate 3. Bastion Blue is streaming Super Metroid. Let me see if there's somebody. I don't see anybody else. So I should look for somebody to raid. Probably Cozy Lobane. Probably. Because I think I raided Bastion, I think it was yesterday. I think. Yeah. Cozy Lobane. Mute the stream. Let it load. Okay. So another thing I want to check is... Let's just go somewhere outside the Express. And I want to check Lewnae's phone case.
All remains as it did yesterday.
He has no phone case. It's just plain. Okay. Let's know what Bean's doing.
No! Fuck! Medium regular attack?
Bean's attacking a vault door. Okay. Okay, we're gonna read Bean. So next Wednesday, I'm gonna be continuing. Actually, okay, no. I think planned for this Tuesday, I'm going to be accompanying Lewnae on their stream, playing Unpacking again. Probably, but we'll see. On the Wednesday, I'll probably be back with more Divinity 2 Original Sin, Zoto theme. Friday, probably more Deep Rock Galactic weeklies. And then on next Saturday, I'm thinking that I'll put more Divinity on Saturday. I don't think there's a ton to do in Star Rail, except for story stuff, but yeah, Star Rail doesn't give me a whole lot to talk about. It's just like letting the dialogue play out and just listening. So I think I could probably do something more engaging than that. That's it. Thank you, Lewnae, for stopping by and watching my polls. I got your Scaly Boy for you. And that's all.
Whoa, it's a lot of money in that chest.